Hi, everyone. Today's video is about one of the greatest singer, Chester Bennington. So, let's begin. Chester Charles Bennington was born on March 20, 1976, in Phoenix, Arizona. His mother was a nurse, while his father was a police detective who worked on child sexual abuse cases. Bennington took an interest in music at a young age, citing the bands Depeche Mode and Stone Temple Pilots as his earliest inspirations, and dreamed of becoming a member of Stone Temple Pilots, which he later achieved when he became their lead singer. Bennington was a victim of sexual abuse from an older male friend when he was 7 years old. He was afraid to ask for help because he did not want people to think he was gay or lying, and the abuse continued until he was 13 years old. Years later, he revealed the abuser's identity to his father, but chose not to press charges. Bennington's parents divorced when he was 11 years old. The abuse and his situation at home affected him so much that he felt the urge to kill everybody and run away. To comfort himself, he drew pictures and wrote poetry and songs. 11. After the divorce, Bennington's father gained custody of him. Bennington started abusing alcohol, marijuana, opium, cocaine, meth, and LSD. He was physically bullied in high school. In an interview, he said that he was knocked around like a rag doll at school for being skinny and looking different. At the age of 17, Bennington moved in with his mother. He was banned from leaving the house for a time when his mother discovered his drug activity. He worked at a Burger King branch before starting his career as a professional musician. Bennington first began singing with a band called Sean Dowdell and His Friends, and together they released an eponymous 3-track cassette in 1993. Later, Dowdell and Bennington moved on to form a new band, Gray Days, a post-grunge band from Phoenix, Arizona. The band recorded a demo in 1993 and 2 albums, Wake Me in 1994, and No Sun Today in 1997. Bennington left Gray Days in 1998. Bennington had been frustrated and nearly quit his musical career altogether when Jeff Blue, the vice president of artists and repertoire at Zomba Music in Los Angeles, offered him an audition with the future members of Linkin Park, then Zero. Bennington quit his day job at a digital services firm and traveled to California for the audition, in which he successfully won a place in the band. He left his own birthday party early to record his audition. Bennington and Mike Shinoda, the band's other vocalist, made significant progress together, but failed to find a record deal. After the band had faced numerous rejections, Blue, now a vice president of artists and repertoire at Warner Brothers Records, intervened again to help the band sign with Warner. On October 24, 2000, Linkin Park released their debut album, Hybrid Theory, through Warner Brothers Records. Bennington and Shinoda wrote the lyrics to Hybrid Theory based on some early material. Shinoda characterized the lyrics as interpretations of universal feelings, emotions, and experiences, and as everyday emotions you talk about and think about. Bennington later described the songwriting experience to Rolling Stone magazine in early 2002, "It's easy to fall into that thing, poor me, that's where songs like Crawling come from, I can't take myself. But that song is about taking responsibility for your actions. I don't say, you, at any point. It's about how I'm the reason that I feel this way. There's something inside me that pulls me down." Bennington primarily served as Linkin Park's lead vocalist, but he occasionally shared the role with Shinoda. AllMusic Guide described Bennington's vocals as higher-pitched and emotional, in contrast to Shinoda's hip-hop style delivery. 8. Both members also worked together to write lyrics for the band's songs. Bennington had a son, Jamie, born May 12, 1996, from his relationship with Elka Brand. In 2006, he adopted Brand's other son, Isaiah, born November 8, 1997. He married his first wife, Samantha Marie Olet, on October 31, 1996. They had one child together, Draven Sebastian, born April 19, 2002. Bennington's relationship with his first wife declined during his early years with Linkin Park, and they divorced in 2005. In 2006, he married to Linda Ann Bentley, a former Playboy model with whom he had 3 children, Tyler Lee Bennington, born March 16, 2006, and twins Lily and Lila, born November 9, 2011. Chester and Talinda Bennington were harassed by a cyber stalker, who was later found guilty of tampering with the couple's email and other personal information, as well as sending threatening messages, and was sentenced to 2 years in prison. Bennington was a tattoo enthusiast. He had done work and promotions with Club Tattoo, a tattoo parlor in Tempe, Arizona. Club Tattoo is owned by Sean Dowdell, Bennington's friend since high school, with whom he played in 2 bands. Bennington was a fan of the Phoenix Suns, 50, Arizona Cardinals, Arizona Diamondbacks, and Arizona Coyotes. In a January 2011 interview, in response to the 2011 Tucson shooting, Bennington said, "There's a nonviolent way to express yourself and get your point across, regardless of what you're saying or what your point is. In a free society, people have a right to believe whatever they want to believe. That's their business and they can speak their mind. But nobody, even in a free society, has the right to take another person's life. Ever. That's something that we really need to move beyond." While on vacation in Arizona with his wife and family, Bennington returned home alone, saying he had work to do. Shortly before 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on July 20, 2017, Bennington was found dead by his housekeeper at his home in Palos Verdes Estates, California. His death was ruled as suicide by hanging. Bennington left no suicide note. Bandmate and close friend Mike Shinoda confirmed his death on Twitter, writing, "Shocked and heartbroken, but it's true. An official statement will come out as soon as we have one." On July 21, Brian Elias, the chief of operations for the Office of the Medical Examiner Coroner, confirmed that a half-empty bottle of alcohol was found at the scene, but no drugs were present. A toxicology report released in December reported a trace amount of alcohol in Bennington's system at the time of death. Bennington's death occurred on what would have been Chris Cornell's 53rd birthday. Cornell's death was also ruled as suicide by hanging 2 months earlier. After Bennington's death, Linkin Park canceled the rest of their One More Light tour and refunded tickets. Several publications have commented on the musical legacy Bennington left behind. While describing the success of Bennington and Linkin Park, AllMusic's Andrew Leahy said, "Although rooted in alternative metal, Linkin Park became one of the most successful acts of the 2000s by welcoming elements of hip-hop, modern rock, and atmospheric electronica into their music, focusing as much on the vocal interplay between singer Chester Bennington and rapper Mike Shinoda." Writing for Billboard, Dan Weiss stated that Bennington turned nu metal universal, as he was clearly an important conduit for his far-ranging audience. Fred Durst, lead singer of Limp Bizkit, stated that if it were not for Bennington's voice and his words, nu metal would never have reached the masses and affected so many lives. Support real ones. Be blessed and take care. Goodbye. We'll be back soon with another video. Thank you everyone.